this or to reject. So therefore, what we are saying, Yari in particular, I'm particularly talking about the APC. APC, if they decide to zone, we ask them question, on what basis? How do you base your zoning? Have you taken the federal character into cognizance, where the president, chief judge of the federation, and the National Assembly chairman, three arms, are in one place for a decade? The federal, chief justice of the federation is from Oyo State, and Asuaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president-elect, from Lagos State, and Apabio from Akwa Ibom State at the same time. And the next Chief Justice of Nigeria is going to be also from Southwest in the couple of months. Precisely in October this year, and she's going to be there for getting about 10 years. So, do you have ever seen in the return of democracy since, even let's say since 1960, whether this kind of thing has happened, joining Shagari, coming to Obasanjo to Yar'Adua to Jonathan? It happened during Buhari's time slightly with the Justice Mustafa, but later on, the Onogen come and took over, and temporarily by their protocol. So now it happened that all these three arms are in the southern part of the country. How could that be fair to northern Nigeria? So there are so many issues there that need to be understood and see how it can be corrected. Right. So whether people are saying Muslim, 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 I haven't seen wherever in the Constitution where say Christian must be president, or Christian must be, Muslim must be president, or must be vice president, or this or that. It's arrangement. By the way, the Constitution did not even recognize Islam or Christianity. What only Constitution recognizes is right to religion. Today, in my laws, in my religion, says that if I decide to become Christian today, my religion says I should be killed. That's the law. All the Muslims know this. But the Constitution protected me that I can be Christian today. Tomorrow I can be Muslim, or I can be Jew, or I can be any other. So the Constitution did not recognize religion appellation in any way of going whether to be appointed as this or to be given political office or any other thing. So therefore, and if president-elect decide to do a Muslim ticket, that is the business of the president and the business of the executive.
All right.
And if the parliamentarian decide to do a Muslim, it's the business of the parliament. Okay. Because there are times when the parliament decided to take a Christian as Senate president, to take a Christian as deputy Senate president, and to take Christian as speaker. It happened in this country.
All right, Senator.
The head in Paul.
Senator Yari.
So therefore, that question is not in line with what we're really talking about, and we should find more reason why that this thing is in question or is going around.
All right.
What we're saying,
Senator Yari.
I that came from this part of the country, we're saying to APC, look, it's the northern Nigeria that gave you the larger boat, and by extension, Northwest. Give you the larger boat that come to give you the lead, about 2.7 million boats. And if you put total, what do you call it, total boats on the percentage ground, the northern Nigeria give Asuaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president-elect, 63.4% of the total boats came from northern part of the country, while the southern part of the country gave him 66.6%. Okay, if you are doing that, is it fair to say that you give us vice president simply because we are Muslim? It doesn't work that way. So therefore, what we are talking about is about equity and justice.
Senator Yari?
A kind of
Senator Yari?
rewarding
I'm so sorry. I need to come in here.
By the party and by the president.
Senator Yari, I'm so sorry. We need to go on a quick break now. When we come back, we'll continue the interview with you. We're speaking with Senator-elect, Governor and former Governor of Zamfara State, Senator Abdulaziz Yari.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Knowledge is power. Information is currency. Trust us to tell you what you need to hear. Welcome to the program. You're with Arise News in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Breaking news, exclusive interviews, unrivaled analysis. It's you, the audience, who drives our agenda. We tell the stories that inform you, the stories that are important to you, and the stories that are about you. We are not every news channel. We are Arise News. Every moment matters. Every decision. Every moment of courage. Every act of kindness. Every declaration of war is made by someone, somewhere. Arise Newsnight analyzes the decisions that affect all of our lives.
A very warm welcome to you. This is Newsnight. Every night, we bring you the moments that matter, from the top to the bottom, and in every corner of our country. We bring you a focused agenda from Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. Focus on what's important with Arise Newsnight.
the heart of the business world in Lagos, the commercial capital of Africa's largest economy.
These aren't just numbers. They represent our nation's sharpest minds, our most successful investors, our most inspiring bosses. In Nigeria, business is in our DNA. From micro-business to startups to world-conquering brands. Every success story has something in common. They all started somewhere. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Global Business Report gets to the heart of business. We bring you the stories making headlines across the globe with in-depth analysis from experts and executives.
This is not business as usual. This is the Global Business Report.
You're welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Just before the break, we're speaking with Senator Abdulaziz Yari, former Zamfara State Governor and Senator-elect representing Zamfara West. Good morning again, Senator Yari. Thank you very much for your patience. I'll just go straight on to the next question with regards to what an APC chieftain, Adamu Gabra, said yesterday when he was on the show with us. He said that you shouldn't even be in the race because this is your first term as a senator, and others who are being considered have been in the Senate, in the House for more than at least 2 terms. And it's your first term, you shouldn't be considered. What do you have to say about that? Do you think you're qualified even though this is your first foray into the House?
Well, maybe he joined the politics recently. If he's following the term of the politics since 1999, one, I was in the National Assembly, and when you're a member of National Assembly, you're a member of National Assembly. That cannot be denied to you. So I have been in House of Representatives in 6th Assembly. From there, I moved to the executive part of the government. That's become governor in 2011, governor in 2015, and in 2019, elected senator, and who followed the procedure of going to the induction and program, and the 2 certificates available for him. If you want to check, or he check his record. It's all APC. It's only that I contested in the NPP in 2011, APC in 2015, and the same APC in 2019. Certified, and what happened in the court is something different. And up to now, so many questions thrown with no answer. And today, I'm a senator-elect by his own opinion, if he's putting opinion. And by the way, when the Constitution is supreme to any laws made by any other person, even if I'm coming now for the first time, because or otherwise. And by the way, I'm not coming into National Assembly for the first time. Everyone recognizes that. Maybe he's not aware of what happened, or he's not following the terrain, or the politics coming recently into the politics.
Yes, I know you cited the 2019 incident. Yes, you won that election, but the court ruled that you didn't follow due process, so you didn't actually go into the House in 2019. So that was his statement. So this is the first time, barring any court procedures, that you would be going into the court. So he's asking.
The National Assembly is National Assembly. So the same procedure, the same process. What the issue is in who did not know the procedure to be presiding officer. And by that, in this country that we're talking about, in 2007, David Mark, I don't know whether he has been in the National Assembly or not, he had been presiding officer. And George Akume, in the same 2007, he was also not a ranking, if it's ranking they're talking about, but all this one, the Constitution has shared it. And the issue here is, I was a member of National Assembly. That cannot be denied.
Okay. Senator Yari, you want to be president?
Because the issue is on the legislative experience.
Okay, Senator Yari, I get that.
If you have the legislative experience, not in the House of Assembly, but the same National Assembly.
I get that.
So I think it's a done deal.
I get that, Senator Yari. You want to be Senate president, but you were governor of Zamfara State. Yeah. That is still part of the poorest states in this country. 92% poverty. Those are the numbers coming out of Zamfara State. One of the highest as regards people impoverished in this country. Little or no, very little minimal development. But you are a man that lives in a lot of affluence and wealth. Even recently at a book launch, you gave 250 or close to 300 million naira to somebody at a book launch. A lot of people are saying, why didn't you spend a lot of effort in fixing your state and at least improving the poverty prospect when you were there? And what qualifies you now to want to be the Senate president?
What does Zamfara State have to do with the Senate president?
Your hitherto record.
And this one you are talking about.
That's what it is. Your record.
What does that?
Your record.
Excuse me. What does that? Excuse me.
Mr. Yari, that's the record you'll be judged by. That's the record you'll be judged by. That's your record.
Excuse me. What does that happen? Before me, how many governors governed Zamfara State?
So what did you do to change it?
Am I the first governor in Zamfara State?
So what did you do to change it in your time? Because that's your record.
I'm not. I'm not. It's a record that I'm a governor, yes? And I have done my best when I'm there. And the issue of poverty is all over the northern part of the country. You know it. So it's not the one that can make a magic. And by the way, in total Nigeria, how many percentage in object poverty? How many in total? And if you can't issue unemployment, how many youth are unemployed? So please, don't bring that issue to say governor of Zamfara State, my contribution to this or to that. Do you mean that the 250 million I took it from Zamfara State or what? How much is Zamfara State getting in a month? When I was there. How much? After the salary and all other things, how much is getting? And that, go and check Zamfara State very well during my stewardship, what I did and what development I brought and what had been there. To the best of my knowledge, I have done the best I can. And from the history of Zamfara State, when it comes to the issue of development, up to today, I don't know for tomorrow, there's no governor that serves Zamfara State people right than I do. And that's what is in there in Zamfara State. So if you want to check, go to Zamfara State and check.
Yari,
but the issue of poverty, it depends on what to, and if you look at the state in generality, one, Zamfara State is not an industrial state. We're all agrarian, and you know what it is. No huge investment by the federal government in any ramification. It's the little that we took from the center. We go there. The revenue generation is nothing to write home about.
Okay,
because there's not much business to do. Okay. Even the traders, and those are in the other businesses. The business boom during maybe when the salary picked up and what have you. That's the part of the country that you. Okay. So we are trying to see how much we can do. Get involved and correct of those issues. By God's grace.
Governor Yari, every man will be judged by his record. The last position you held before vying for this position after being elected as a senator is this position of a governor. And that's why I'm asking you that based on the antecedents of your record. And let me tell you fair and square, it's a question I will ask other people vying for the position. The last person that came here that was vying for the position of the Senate president, this was the same question I asked him based on his antecedent record. That's it, Governor Yari. Thank you.
Let me ask you, are you qualified for this position that you are seeking? Because according to the Senate rules, being a first-timer, you probably don't qualify. That's one. Two, an APC chieftain called Chief Okoye Obono Obla.
My phone.
Chief Okoye Obono Obla is saying that the APC will need to discipline you because you have been making divisive, inflammatory statements about the party. He quoted you as saying that if the North does not get the Senate presidency, then the APC, should forget about the North, will collapse in the North. Did you say so? And do you agree that you are trying to divide the party?
Very correct.
Okay, do you agree with Okoye Obla that the party should discipline you?
Well, he is saying his own interests, maybe. Let me take you to the section of the rules of the assembly. Nomination of senator to serve as presiding officer and the appointments of principal officers. and other officers of the Senate or on any parliamentary delegation shall be in accordance with the ranking of senators in determining ranking. The following orders shall apply. Senator returning based on number of times re-elected, senators who had been member of House of Representatives. What do you say about this one?
Okay, so in terms of ranking, you're saying you are qualified. But Obono Obla says
what
you want to...
What do you say about it? This is the rule of the House, of the Senate.
Okay. Obono Obla says you want to divide the party, and you should be prevented from doing so.
Well, he's just saying what I'm saying. We in part of the country called Northern Nigeria. If we are going to be denied that, no problem. This is what I'm saying. This immediately you start counting down. That's what it is, and that's the truth. So if they want to deny the truth, it's its own business. But our own business that we have done best what we can for APC to return power in the center. So we need to be considered, and not even considered a peer play. The Constitution very clear, very, very clear. And I have no apology to anyone. That the Constitution is very clear, says that Section 50, as I said earlier, says select leaders among within yourself. So what's their problem? Why don't they allow that members to go and do that and do the business? And by the way, what we have is a parallel situation. It's not unlike when the PDP be having 80 senators, 75 senators respectively. Today, we are having 59. Opposition, they have 50. So whom are you going to open eye to go and do otherwise? It's not like that. It's by dialogue, by communicating, by sitting down to discuss. I can remember in 2019 vividly, President Buhari called all of us. Party were there, everyone was there, elected person were there. And the President Buhari announced, he did not announce, he even allowed the party. When we observed the situation, we asked him to calm down. It's not a ripe situation to discuss this. But he congratulated us coming in, and he said he hoped that we will understand ourselves on taking our leaders. And it's later on the party called us and announced, and even the person who was announced that President Buhari has settled for Amelot in the northeast and settled for Pemi Bajamila in southwest. So it's about dialogue, about not about harassment. Can anybody harass me in APC today? And they keep handing powder of APC. So who is he to say that I should be displayed on talking on my right? Who is he? The Constitution has given me right to do so. And he's talking about something else. I don't even know why he's a member of APC or otherwise. So well, I rarely, I'm pounding powder of this word APC.
Well, on that note, Senator-elect Abdulaziz Yari would like to thank you very much for joining us on the morning show. We'll take a short break now. And when we return, we'll be talking to Professor Rukewe Ugumba, APC chieftain in the